It is time for a hijack. Declan Rice to Chelsea. Hello, everyone. Thank you for being part of this. And just make it a point, subscribe and ring that notification bell so that you do not miss out on whatever we've definitely got to bring to you as long as it is sports right about here. And make it a point, subscribe, please. Remain with me, your host, Abu KALS. We're talking about the transfers. Who's going where? Who's remaining at the club? Definitely. Who is the club going to sell? We're talking about Declan Rice. Anyway, before we go any further, you definitely know that if FP rules are going to be applying to the club Chelsea anytime now, but still Chelsea has a chance to electrify this by doing a few things, selling off the football players. 600 million euros is what Todd Bowley definitely had to spend ever since he came into the management of the club. He has spent over 600 million, and definitely the books at FFP are saying, we are watching you. You need to sell some football players if you need to buy. You have to balance your books, and definitely this is something that is going to be happening. This is something that is going to be happening very, very soon. So, first of all, this gentleman has come out. This gentleman has come out and said a few things. This gentleman has come out and said a few things about his involvement in the club. Definitely about him going to dressing rooms and stuff. But it looks like not many people were very happy about that, and some of the football geniuses also came out and condemned that act, with Arsene Wenger, who is a former Arsenal manager, also coming out and saying definitely that is not good. And also Didier Drogba, a former player and also legendary Chelsea football player, also condemned that act and said it is uncalled for and unprofessional. Separate business with real football. When it's match day, the manager definitely needs to get in position, make sure that he is thinking right, not being afraid of somebody else who is taking control over his job in the dressing room. Anyway, some people have been asking me who Declan Rice is, and I can comfortably tell who Declan Rice is. Declan Rice is an English professional football player who plays as a defensive midfielder for Premier League club West Ham and also the English national team. And you will remember that he was born on the 14th of January 1999, and that makes him 24 years old. And his height is 1.85 meters. Current club is West Ham United FC and also the English national team. And his parents are Stephen Rice and Sin Rice. With his education, he's gone to college. And also a nomination, he's had men's PFA Young Player of the Year, and his weight is 80 kilograms. And he is definitely one of the best football players, midfielders that you can definitely have in current football, modern football. When you talk about modern football and you're not talking about Declan Rice, then I think you've got something wrong with you. Otherwise, let me know. You need to let me know what you think about this transfer, whether you think it's going to be a brilliant one, whether you think it could be another waste of money, as a lot of money was splashed and Chelsea did not get the results it definitely needed. This definitely shows you that sometimes it's just not about the money. Sometimes it's about the tactics and also understanding the game. It's not about money, because Chelsea has bought almost every young football player. If you were to ask me a few months ago, or maybe a few days ago, I could definitely tell you that Chelsea is going to be a top club with top football players, because Chelsea shopped all the football players, definitely. Shopped all young and talented football players from all the leagues, and they have all come to Chelsea. But definitely things didn't go on quite well for them, and that was not the best of things that any manager would settle for. And now, it was when this was happening. It will be remembered that Graham Potter definitely came out and said a few things, and he was silenced because he said he's not managing the club the way he wants. He's not in full control of the club. But we possibly thought it's definitely something that we thought is something that is going to be a bit tough. It's something that is going to be a bit tough, but we did know to what extent this was true. However, even Frank Lampard came out and said the same thing, and also there is also a football player also came out and also condemned this and said this shouldn't be happening. So that was definitely a big mess. That was definitely a very, very big mess, and we think it's not going to happen again. Anyway, let's focus on Declan Rice, as people have been asking me a few questions about Declan Rice. And some of the questions that are being asked is Declan Rice's salary at West Ham. So what is Declan Rice's salary? According to sportstrack.com, Rice is currently at £60,000 a week, and this is a £3.12 million every year in salary. And definitely the midfielder was offered this big contract back in 2019-2020. So you can see he's earning quite a reasonable amount of money at West Ham. And somebody again is asking how much is Declan Rice's market value. So Declan Rice's market value definitely lies between 80 and 70, between 80 million pound to 70 million pound, around there, not more than that, not less than that. So we could be seeing Chelsea. We could definitely be seeing Chelsea paying this amount of money to make sure they can get this football player. He is a brilliant one, but why did we say this could be a hijack? This could be a hijack. You will remember that he has not been linked to the club Chelsea quite a lot, but Chelsea has now showed a lot of interest in him. You will remember what happened in the January transfer window with Todd Bowley hijacking football players, Joao Felix, and also Mikhail Mudryk, who was a Shakhtar. He was a Shakhtar dynastic football player, and almost everything was done. Deals were done, sealed, and confirmed. But it came out that Mikhail Mudryk didn't go to clubs that he was expected to go to. In particular, Mikhail Mudryk was expected to go to Arsenal, and almost everything had come up and everything had gone quite well for the club, Arsenal, with agreements being put in place. But these were only verbal agreements, and Todd Bowley came out and dashed the money out. He said, if you're coming, come. If you do not want, it's okay, you can leave my money, but I'm putting 100 million pound on you. If you want to come, you can come. And definitely that's how the hijack went. So we could be seeing, as Arsenal is interested in Declan Rice, and also Chelsea is interested in Declan Rice, I think Arsenal have no chance in this. Why do I say Arsenal has no chance in this? Because Arsenal is not willing to pay a lot of money, whereas Chelsea is willing to pay as much as they want, as much as West Ham wants, because his market value is 80 million, ranges from 70 million pound to 8 million pound, and it will be remembered that Chelsea can afford that amount of money, and it's even willing to pay more than that. So I think it's going to be a brilliant one. I think it's going to be a great signing in case Chelsea does this. In case Chelsea seals this deal, it's going to be a brilliant one. I think it's going to be quite a great one. So, and let me see. I've got quite a big number of questions over here about Declan Rice. Let me see which one can I answer for you. Quite a lot coming in. Anyway, so somebody's asking, is Declan Rice? What will Declan Rice come with? What will make the difference between Declan Rice and other football players? Anyway, if you've watched him play in the World Cup, you've definitely noticed how a good football player he is. He's got all the qualities that you definitely need from any football player in the midfield. Anyway, I'm going to be giving you the qualities the qualities that Declan Rice has that make him a good football player, a very good football player, a good midfielder, and you'll definitely be deciding on your own. Anyway, first of all, Declan Rice. He's a good defensive midfielder, can play good defensive midfield, and occasionally he can also play as an attacking midfielder, which is definitely quite good. He also plays that position quite well. So good positioning awareness is one of the things that make him an outstanding football player, and also anticipation of the opponent's play is also yet another one that has always made him an exceptional when it comes to football. Then tackling, he is always spot on with his tackles. He doesn't make mistakes. He rarely makes mistakes when it comes to tackles. That's why he's got a minimum number of yellow cards. And then interception, still perfect. His interception is definitely on point. Then passing and great stamina and strength are also other attributes that come with this gentleman, and that is what he will be bringing to the club Chelsea if all goes well, if definitely they sign him. And we think the possibilities of signing him are now quite high with that amount of money that is being put on him, in his market value ranging from £70 million to £80 million. I think it's going to be a brilliant one, as Chelsea is willing to pay the amount of money, any amount of money that is being asked. Anyway, if you see how Chelsea, when you see the position of Chelsea in the Premier League, definitely it wasn't the best of times, wasn't the best of moments. As you could see, it was with with all that squad, with a very big number of football players, big squad, I must say, and still there were no positive results, no Champions League football. Definitely, you can definitely tell that there is a problem that needs to be rectified. And one of the problems I've told you is the co-owner. He needs to step aside, not stepping aside, but he needs not involve himself in direct football. And also, you can't only blame him. I think also the football players should be blamed, because what the club bought is not what the club has received. That's very obvious. The club bought different players, and what they deliver on the pitch is definitely very, very different. Very different. Way too different. A lot different. I must say, it will be a bit challenging, but still, I think there is still a gap for improvement. Anyway, there's gap for improvement, but before even thinking about the improvement, a few things must be done to make sure that the club is in a better position. Anyway, let us know what you definitely think. Get into the comment section. Let us know what you definitely think about this transfer, so that we can always communicate. We can always talk sport right here with you, and you can always let us know where you think the club is not doing well, or where you think the club is definitely doing quite well. So we could see, my anticipation actually is not even this coming season. For this coming season to be good for the club Chelsea, a lot of changes have to be made. There is a possibility, but it's not the biggest of possibilities. And unless Chelsea goes back to the drawing board and finds the mistakes that are in the club, definitely, if those mistakes are not sorted, then I'm telling you for a fact, it will definitely face the same problems the coming season. But hopefully, Todd Boehly will understand his mistakes, and also the management at Chelsea will be bold enough to tell him, look, stay away. Definitely, that will help the club quite a lot. So it doesn't make any sense buying all these good football players and they are not delivering. And you can't tell me why I say the football players, we can blame them, but not too much. Is because you can't tell me that Joao Felix is a bad football player. You can't tell me that Datro Fofana is a bad football player. There is no way you can tell me that Mikhail Mudryk is a bad football player, because they have shown, when they have been in their former clubs, they have shown that they are capable of winning. They are natural winners. They are naturally talented, but they are not delivering at Chelsea. However, this should also be put in consideration with Chelsea. They should, because of this 600 million pound, they should know whom they are selling. This 600 million pound that this gentleman Todd Bowley has spent now is in their neck, and they need to sell off some football players to match with the FFP rules. However, if they sell to their rivals, then that definitely could mean that their rivals are going to shine and Chelsea will definitely remain behind. Anyway, I think Declan Rice is going to be a good one. It's going to be a great one. And please subscribe and ring that notification bell so you do not miss it on whatever we've definitely got to bring to, as long as it is Chelsea right up here at the Chelsea chapter with me, your host, Abu KALS, as I'm more than ready to bring to you the latest. Thank you and goodbye for now.